of Hollywood's most popular movie stars, and arguably the greatest American actors of their generation, have been making movies for around 60 years now. Robert DeNiro and Al Pacino. But a long-standing argument has been, which actor is better, Scarface or the Raging Bull? Alfredo James Pacino was born April 25, 1940, in a neighborhood of East Harlem and grew up in the Bronx of New York City. His nickname as a kid was Sonny, and he was a real troublemaker when he was younger, but put himself through acting school through several low-paying jobs, eventually studying under world-renowned acting coach Lee Strasberg. Robert Anthony De Niro Jr. was born August 17, 1943, is the younger of the two and also born in New York, growing up in Manhattan. He was known as Bobby Milk due to a pale complexion accounted for by his Irish roots mixed with his Italian background. De Niro got his first acting job at the age of 10 as the Cowardly Lion in an elementary school production of The Wizard of Oz. He would also learn acting through the Lee Strasberg Acting Studio and Stella Adler, as well as through the techniques of the Stanislavski system, universally known as one of the finest methods taught to actors. Both men started their careers in small roles in off-Broadway plays, but I believe De Niro had a movie first called The Wedding Party, which was made in 1963, though released later. Pacino didn't have a role until a movie called Me, Natalie, which came out in 1969. But Pacino was an award winner first, taking home a Tony Award for his Broadway debut in a play called Does the Tiger Wear a Necktie? Bobby was in several minor roles and passed up a part in the original Godfather to have a part in The Gang Who Couldn't Shoot Straight in 1971. Pacino, on the other hand, took a lead role in a movie called The Panic in Needle Park before getting on Francis Ford Coppola's radar and going on to star in the Oscar-winning film The Godfather with Marlon Brando in 1972. This movie would get Pacino his first Oscar nomination and would create a superstar with his portrayal of Michael Corleone. He would be in a few other projects before getting noticed and cast in Mean Streets in 1973 by director Martin Scorsese.
Where's the rest?
This role impressed Francis Ford Coppola, who would cast both Pacino and De Niro in The Godfather Part 2, which would win the Oscar for Best Picture that year, and De Niro would win Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Pacino had two other huge hits in that time, with Serpico in 1973 and Dog Day Afternoon in 1975. De Niro would answer right back with a few roles before starring in Taxi Driver in 1976, where he would get an Oscar nomination, and the critically acclaimed movie The Deer Hunter in 1978. Al Pacino would hit a bit of a slump for the rest of the 70s before starring as drug lord Tony Montana in Brian De Palma's Scarface in 1983. De Niro had a similar slump after winning his second Oscar for his portrayal of boxer Jake LaMotta in Raging Bull. Pacino wouldn't win his only Oscar until 1990 with Scent of a Woman. Both actors have dozens of awards, Pacino with 9 Oscar nominations and 1 win, and De Niro with 8 Oscar nominations but 2 wins. Each of them starred in several notable movies since then, including Goodfellas, The Godfather Part 3, and they teamed up twice for Heat in 1995 and Righteous Kill in 2008. Both Pacino and De Niro still act, although rarely these days, and are both still regarded as two of the best actors who have ever lived.